Hello Capricorn, welcome to your reading for the 31st of August through to the 6th of September 2026. And it's going to be a general reading. Okay, so it's welcoming the Archangels, Ascended Masters, light beings, any other spirit guides or animal, ancestral and dragon guides that you may feel resonant with, Capricorn, as well as our higher selves. Okay. Overall energy for the reading is the moon. Interesting. I think there was a full moon last night here. I don't even know what sign it was in, sorry. But full moon, I had to go out. It was so bright coming through the window. It was just awesome. Full moon energy. Yeah, or just the moon in this case is what we're talking about here, Capricorn. So let's see what other cards come out here. Let's have a look. Queen of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Five of Wands, and Justice or alignment. I think at the moment there could be, maybe you're sort of thinking about your abundance here, Capricorn. You're thinking about your emotional well-being and maybe you're asking yourself this Queen of Cups self-reflective energy in terms of your relationships, your spirituality, your creativity, your intuition. Maybe you're asking yourself, is it as good as it could be? Is it abundant enough? Is there enough enough substance in your emotional, creative, spiritual life at the moment. Which is interesting with the moon, because sometimes that talks about things that are hidden. So with regard to your, the cups, of course, is the watery energy, and the moon is sort of very watery, okay? This is the Pisces energy here. So, very introspective at the moment. I think you could be Capricorn, and I think you're contemplating this type of abundance about your life and about yourself, and there could be, maybe you're feeling a little bit, there could be some conflicts here about this. Maybe you're feeling a bit conflicted, but you have alignment here. So there's something about your personal truth, and maybe it's like, what your truth is like. I think what your North Star is in terms of how you would like to be feeling emotionally, creatively, spiritually. But maybe there's some conflict in terms of what the actual reality is for you at the moment, Capricorn. So what the reality of your emotional, creative, spiritual life is. Let's grab some more cards. The Justice can talk about bringing things into balance or bringing things into alignment. So I feel like maybe you are looking to bring into alignment your creative, social, spiritual aspect. Or you're looking to bring that into alignment with the rest of your life is what I could say. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, that makes sense. Queen of Swords, that also makes sense. Page of Pentacles and Justice again. Two major arcana the same. So you're coming into a process, or you're moving into this process of alignment, Capricorn. And I think this could be talking about the subconscious here now, the moon. So I think there could be things that are, that are sort of in your subconscious. And it could be your spiritual, creative aspects. Maybe they're not being expressed as much as you would like. And I think you're looking to bring those aspects forward more to create a greater sense of balance in your life. You also have the Nine of Pentacles underneath, underlying theme, in the Queen of Swords, which is really interesting because the Queen of Swords talks about compassion, also a high level of intellectual ability. So you have the ability to analyze, to really think things through, Capricorn. You're cardinal earth, and you're really good. You are the builder. Okay, so you have the ability to find out or to get the information you need in order to create something. But also you have the ability to get the information you need by going within here, by perhaps also looking at some of your subconscious automatic tendencies or automatic behaviors that maybe you're looking to change. Maybe there's some automatic thoughts or feelings that you have that you're wanting to shift, or to bring more into alignment with your personal truth, with your North Star, with where you see yourself heading. The Nine of Pentacles is that work-life balance. This is like the focus. So this is where you see yourself. Okay, it's where you see yourself. But I think you're looking at your situation at the moment and seeing how your situation lines up with your ultimate vision. Okay, and I think you're working out how you're going to get there. And you are the builder. Okay, so you are going to be literally taking this seed here of inspiration, of an idea, of something, and you're going to be bringing it into alignment, bringing it into alignment with your thoughts, and therefore from there you will create, I believe. Let's have a look. Have a look at your outcome. Page of Swords. Yep, so you will be gathering the information, doing the conversations, having the conversations you need to have with people. Five of Wands. So that Five of Wands appearing there, so there could be some aspect of conflict. However, you have the Queen of Swords again with the Ace of Cups. So, ultimate goal is this beautiful spirit has your back. You will be able to reach this nice balance of your feminine and masculine self, okay? And really sort of acquiring or moving into that vision for yourself where you're going to balance your emotional, creative life with your practical, everyday physical life. Okay, so and your spirituality as well. This is really nice spirit connection. Queen of Swords. I kind of like this Queen of Swords because she's kind of surrounded by red flowers, which kind of speaks about passion, in my opinion. So also aligning with your passions, your personal truth. Okay. But yeah, in terms of this, looking deeper in your subconscious, I think you might be looking closely at your inner conflicts here. This could be literally what this is saying. Okay, you might be really examining that with a microscope if you're feeling conflicted about things. It's also kind of looking like that with regard to these two cards here, the Five of Wands also, but with the Justice. Okay, so here you are going within to look at something that you're feeling conflicted about and holding your sword of personal truth, okay, using your intuition, and I think probably mapping out or creating a plan moving forward here. Probably the Queen of Swords is going to be helping you to plan. Queen of Swords is twice in your reading, so she's, probably a good friend to have on board right now. Maybe she's a spirit guide, okay, that could be coming through. Also with this Justice card, these are both typically kind of feminine energies portrayed here. So that could also be talking about a feminine spiritual guide, a feminine ascended master, possibly. Also with the Queen of Swords. With these roses, the Sisterhood of the Rose is coming to my mind right now, Capricorn. So if Sisterhood of the Rose is an energy, you might want to, research that. Just looking into that as well. You're definitely contemplating your spirituality, your creativity, and your intuition at this time. And I think maybe some of the richness of that, like the wealth of that, it's probably the wrong word, but the abundance of that is held within your subconscious at the moment. And so I think that this is why the moon's here. Overall energy, you're digging deep at the moment, okay, Capricorn, which is always a good thing to do, in my opinion. As long as you, look after yourself and do the self-care and get the supports you need if you need them. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and the King of Cups. Yeah, wow. This is beautiful feminine energy coming through for you. Water and earth. So water is the flow, the earth is the support. So the nurturing, the earth provides the nutrients, the water provides the hydration. Queen of Pentacles, nurturing, nurturing, nurturing. Yeah, if you're digging deep, like we've said, into your subconscious at the moment, Capricorn, yeah, this is going to be really beautiful energy as well. Also could be talking about a spirit guide. Or it could be talking about someone also who is supportive that can assist you on this journey if you are doing some subconscious work. Okay, Ace of Cups, again, in your reading. This also has the moon phases on this Ace of Cups. So maybe you want to look into astrology, look into moon phases, maybe just look at your moon sign, okay? And maybe go see your moon sign reading for this week of readings to see if there might be another clue there as well. So, yeah, Ace of Cups, spirituality. This is about, I really like the eye here. So it's like the vision, but it's your inner vision, okay? Your ability to see inwardly, to really look at anything that you're feeling conflicted about. Maybe look at side A and side B, okay? And just, sit with it, do the work that you feel you need to do with that. King of Cups, really nice. This is also a really great energy for people who are going through some soul work, some deep introspective stuff, because the King of Cups knows how important it is to focus on that breath, hold the center, to do the self-care, to maintain the center, to do what you need to do to remain grounded, okay? In a compassionate sense, so extending compassion to yourself, Capricorn. And doing that despite a lot of the turbulence and uncertainty and, even confusion and frustration of things that's going on around you, okay? So it might even be that maybe if you're uncertain about some things that are happening or not happening in your life, even in the face of that, you can still be certain that you can come into your center. That is the unchanging point in that scenario, okay? So that King of Cups talks about the ability to be still, the importance of stillness, okay, within, which is, I think, could be helpful for you, Capricorn. Right, so now we're going to look at the Chariot. Yeah, you are preparing to move forward. And the Chariot, this is the Cancer energy. Cancer is ruled by the moon, and here it is, the moon. So you literally have, you may have Cancer in your chart as well. So in terms of doing soul work, if you're going through a process with that, it could be part of preparation for you to move into this really spiritually abundant energy, unconditional love. You may already be feeling this, but if not, you could be moving into that even more so down the track, right? Soul preparation is what, that's sort of saying. Six of Cups, yeah, so activating your inner child has appeared in the readings today a bit. Six of Cups, activating your inner child, which could also be an energy that's held in your subconscious, which, that could be something that if you're feeling conflicted about something, maybe there's a part of you, like your inner child, that sort of has one side of that conflict, and there might be another part of you that has the other side of the conflict, and maybe there's like a disagreement or a dissonance there about something that you're looking to work through, or even to just become aware of in the first instance, if that's something that resonates. The Empress, wow, this is really positive reading for you. Even though you are going to be doing some deep work here, you're going to come out on top. Empress, a loving energy, ease, going with the flow, being grounded, very abundant, okay? Earth connected as well, like spending time in nature, Capricorn, all of that stuff is going to be helpful for you. And you are a cardinal earth sign. So, the Empress is actually, symbol of Venus in the tarot, but, she's very earthy, very grounded, and I wouldn't mind betting that, she calls some of the shots. So this is, could almost be you here, Capricorn. You're moving into your inner Empress, okay, energy. Which is kind of a bit like a high self energy, right? Page of Wands, inner child again. You also have the Page of Swords here, and yeah, Page of Wands, moving forward with your inspiration, and possibly if there may be something from your childhood. Given here you've got the Six of Cups, maybe something from your childhood that you were really into, that you love to do, and maybe this is something that's going to come forward more. You also have the Seven of Cups as well, so looking at your options, but also potential distractions. Okay, so if you are holding your sort of personal truth here and you really want to get to the matter, the bottom of a matter that's, you know, maybe it's been sort of irking you for a while, in terms of like maybe an inner conflict or an inner uncertainty or something to that effect with regard to your emotional, creative and spiritual self. The Seven of Cups can talk about that there could potentially be things that will distract you and throw you off your path in that quest, or there will be things here that contribute to you making that exploration successful. Okay, so it's sort of up to you to kind of tune in, use your discernment here with it. I've got the Justice in my hand. This is also about discernment. Discerning, you know, what's a distraction and what's helping and what's hindering here with regard to these options, choices, potential distractions, right? And these can be things that are, you know, emotional, they might be spiritual, they could be creative things. All different sorts of options could be open to you there. But it's about you discerning what's going to be the most helpful for you moving forward, I think, on this quest of really, I think, coming to understand some of your maybe subconscious gifts, okay? Coming to understand what the strengths you have that are held in your subconscious, but maybe there's also some subconscious behaviors or beliefs that you're looking to change as well, that are very deep-seated and have been long held. So, you know, you could be looking at any number of different things there. So there we have it, Capricorn. I think we will wrap it up there. And yeah, I just wanted to say one other thing, and that is that this is your energy here. Okay, very much like a cardinal, a new beginning here, and you're coming into alignment. Okay, so this is the whole reason you're coming into alignment. It's basically what this reading is sort of saying. So yeah, there we have it. Hope that's been helpful. Look forward to your next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, fantastic week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.